Welcome, wrestling fans. Welcome to Curtain Jerkin. As always, I'm your host, Jacob Grondy, reporting for the Main Event Marks YouTube channel. You can also check me out on Spotify. However you're listening to my voice, I appreciate it. It's been a minute, guys. It's been a second. I took a break, and I got to admit, I kind of liked the break. I enjoyed diving into other ventures, planning local charity races and selling coffee, and working on my fitness a little more. It's the summertime. I love the summertime. I love being outside. I took a break from wrestling. I got to admit, I only watch the big shows, and I might stay that way. I mean, going into the G1, I might, I'm probably going to watch the G1. Don't get it twisted, Simone Biles. But let's go into the show here. AEW Forbidden Door. A lot more AEW than New Japan this year, I feel like. Like past few years, the past two times they've done it, it's been like every match was an AEW guy versus a New Japan guy, where this was, like a little AEW or New Japan sprinkle and a little bit of a CMLL sprinkle on there a little bit with mainly AEW, which is cool. I mean, do your show. I mean, it was a great show. The power went out at my house, and I drove up to Waffle House with my computer and everything. I was pounding coffee with the rain coming down on the window, watching Forbidden Door. Don't say I didn't work hard to get you these rankings. We're going to rank every single match from Forbidden Door from worst to first. I didn't watch I didn't watch 0 Hour. But, forgive me. But I did watch all 10 matches on the regular show, and I ranked them all from worst to first. Number 10, the worst match, or number 10, however you want to look at it, Hook, Joe, Shibata versus Jericho, Big Bill, and Jeff Cobb. What happened with the Bounty Hunter? I know, he was out there and everything. I know it's Forbidden Door, so you have to include, Cobb in the match. That makes it like, a team, affiliated with New Japan Pro Wrestling, but it made the team kind of random. It seemed kind of forced, and I'd rather just see, the Bounty Hunter, Brian Keith in there, even though I love Jeff Cobb. Going into the match, Joe versus Cobb, a match I didn't know I needed till I saw that. Big Bill has had a little bit of a journeyman career on his hands, and I enjoy it. I enjoy watching him. Learning Tree is taking it to Hook here. He needs a tag. He makes the tag, and the three guys unload on Cobb. Big Bill breaks up the armbar with a nice elbow drop. Lion Saw from Jericho. Shibata gets his knees up, but he's in trouble now. He needs to get the tag. Low blow from Brian Keith on the outside. Jericho locks in the walls. Sloppy codebreaker to Hook. 1-2, no. Joe and Shibata choking out members of the Learning Tree as Hook is a slow motion hits the Judas effect. This did not look snug on a show featuring New Japan talent. That was bad. 1, 2, 3. Weak finish. I give this match a 3 out of 9. If you're not familiar with how we do the ranking system, you can get 9 points. One big fight feel, which I grade your entrance, the build of the match, and the aura as the bell sounds. The bell to bell, you can get 3 points here with the moves, the story in the match itself, and the finish of the match. And then you can get 3 points with beyond the competitors. If the announcing and the production is really good, you get a point. If the crowd is good, and if there's historical ramifications, you get 3 points, which would lead to, 9 points. No match has ever gotten 9 points. Only given 8 points to like 2 matches since I've been doing it like this after WrestleMania. And if a match is really good, and I want to say that they're beyond 9, I give it the 10 points. You get 10 points, just a little something extra. It could get you 10, but no one, only like 2 matches ever have gotten 8. So we haven't even gotten there yet. But that was the worst match on the show, was that 6-man tag. The second worst match on the show, But this was pretty good. I like this match. I like the other one too. Hechicero versus MJF. MJF got a pop in Long Island, even crowd surfed a little bit. Didn't get hurt like CM Punk, but he did it in Long Island. Great to see. And then the match starts. MJF has the crowd eating at the palm of his hand, eye pokes and whatnot. Hechicero doing heel shit, but not getting big reactions compared to MJF because he's doing heel shit and he's the face. So it's like they can't boo heel shit. They're cheering heel shit from one guy. It didn't really cross over like I think Hechicero would like it to. And then he struts like Double J and then gets booed. Go figure. And even injures the left arm of Maxwell in the process. MJF slowly getting the momentum in his corner. 10 punches and then biting Hechicero. Just doing super old school stuff here the whole time MJF is. And hitting the Panama Sunrise Adam Cole's move. Then the Brainbuster 1, 2, 3. I score this match, the Curtain Jerk of the evening, a 4. Going into match number 8, the ladder match. Briscoe, Lio Rush, Takeshita, Dante Martin, Jack Perry, and LP. Who's going to die here? Entrances, not much to them. LP destroyed Lio Rush, dropping him on a ladder. I'm just going to go over the spots I enjoyed in this match. Takeshita dropped Dante on the side of a ladder, like not how you would land it, have it any give, as I stuttered over my words. Then Briscoe putting Takeshita on a table, then putting a ladder on Takeshita and the table, and then doing that like Sabu-inspired senton, using a chair going over the top rope. And Takeshita looked like he was fucking hurt. Looked pretty nasty. Dante fell off the ladder and might have been actually hurt. Briscoe set up a ladder on the apron, jumped over thumbtacks onto Jack Perry. This looked kind of sloppy. Jumped over the turnbuckle, excuse me. Yeah, I remember this one here. Briscoe set up a turnbuckle, or a ladder on the apron, jumped over the turnbuckle onto Jack Perry, who was on the other side. Pretty sloppy, but ballsy. Super Blue Thunder Bomb through a table from Takeshita to LP. No 2 count needed here. What's going to happen? The Blue Thunder Bomb still didn't get the victory here. Briscoe cut him off. Jack Perry cuts off Briscoe and then wins the TNT Championship. I give this match a 4. I think the wrong guy won. I think I would have put the TNT Championship on Takeshita. And I mean, Jack Perry just doesn't do it for me, man. I can't say it. I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't think he's good in the ring. I don't think he's good on the mic. I think he's lacking visually. There's really nothing that kind of gives him that star power to me. And they're pushing him. They're giving him this TNT Championship. Whatever. We'll keep moving on. Number 7, the Acclaimed and Tanahashi versus Okada and the Young Bucks. You gotta love this. Okada versus Tanahashi here. The vignette putting over the Jacksons was hilarious. I love how it has an elite slant in the build for these matches, assuming that the elite are kind of paying the people who are putting the production on. It's funny. It's funny. It works for me. Okada coming out just cool. Still the Rainmaker. I will never boo him. I don't give a fuck what they do. There's just an aura to him when he comes out. These Japanese legends just have this aura, but the aura was almost taken from Okada with a crazy freestyle that Max Caster dropped on Okada. He got kind of stiff there at the end, calling, I think Matt and Nick Jackson, they used the word bitch several times, ugly ass bitch, this bitch, a lot. To the point where maybe, I don't know, I mean, I know it's all wrestling, but it seemed kind of real to me. It seemed like he might have some legit heat with the Jacksons. Okada tags out when going up against the ace, Tanahashi. Matt smashing the made-up air guitar by Tanahashi when they have the upper hand. Working over Caster. He's in trouble. Light fuck CM Punk chants. Seems random at this point. Mocking, the Sting ow. Kind of bringing things back to like what we're supposed to care about in 2024. AEW, huge pop when the Rainmaker and the Ace go at it. High fly flow. Okada gets his knees up. Super kick party. Middle finger. Rainmaker pose. Drop kick from Okada. Rainmaker 1, 2, 3. I give this match a 5. Daddy Ass runs out to save the Ace. Make sure he doesn't get attacked. And a solid match here featuring, Okada, one of my favorites. And Max Caster. I would have to say he's a favorite of mine as well. Number 6, Stephanie Vacour versus Mercedes Moné, TBS and New Japan's Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Championship on the line. I don't know much about Stephanie, but when it comes to coming out with 3 titles, I'm going to use that word again, aura. And I will see that the CEO had that aura as well. Headbutts before the bell by Stephanie. She had a lot of offense in the early going here of this match. Crossface countered by a crossface. People lightly booing the CEO. And you saw Stephanie kind of power up as the crowd has kind of at one point turned completely over to her side. She won them over, or as Taz was saying, that Moné is a Boston girl, so she might have been getting booed because they're from New York. Moné doesn't give a shit here. Backstabber City announces bickering whether, it's a New York thing or the crowd turned. No one really knows. Crossface 1, 2, 3. It doesn't matter. Mercedes Moné got the victory here. She's celebrating, and as she's celebrating, Dr. Britt Baker comes out. Huge pop. I give this match a 5. The entrance was good. The body of the match was good. But the crowd turning on the match and the announcers going with it kind of took me out of it a little bit here. Just say Stephanie was so good that the crowd wants her to win now, which is, pretty feasible. Don't bring up Boston Celtics and have Nigel McGuinness and Taz going at why they've turned. Who cares? It kind of took me out of it. But let's go into the top 5 matches of this card. Number 5, Zack Sabre Jr. and Orange Cassidy. Pace slowed down in the beginning, as you can imagine with these two. Cassidy teeing off on Zack, hitting dragon screws, even diving to the floor before hitting several dragon screws on the floor. Michinoku driving from Cassidy. We know the rule. That was a 2 count. Zack gets the upper hand and goes after the hand, snapping the fingers and trying to stop Orange Cassidy from using the orange punch, then teeing the fuck off on Cassidy, every limb here, just tying him up, with numerous submissions here. This match was great. Zack Sabre Jr. gets the victory. I thought this was, really good. I give this match a 5, and it's ranked number 5. Number 4, Mini Shakura versus Toni Storm. Mariah May is out there. Whose side is she on? She gives them both flowers. Mina looking good, but Toni with the Lady Liberty entrance here stole the show here as far as entrances. But then as the bell rings, Mina dancing around before locking up, and then locking in the figure 4 around the ring post on the outside. Shades of the great Bret Hart here. Toni goes into the steps, and Mina dives on her. Toni on the defense for a lot of this match here. They battle up top, diving DDT, and then another DDT. 1, 2, no. Running hip attack. 1, 2, no. Mina drops the champ. Glamorous driver. 1, 2. Champ kicks out. Storm 0. 1, 2, 3. Toni Storm wins the match here. But why didn't Mariah May help with this finish here? They all just became friends at the end. I mean, don't get me wrong. They triple kissed. It was weird. My Jim Cornette was going off. I didn't understand. But then also, I was enjoying myself. I didn't know what I was going to do here. But I enjoyed this match. I ranked this match a 6. Even though I did not like the finish. It could have been ranked a little higher if they had Mariah May do something to kind of progress the storyline. Like help Toni Storm or help Mina, to then put Mariah May's allegiances on one side here. They all just kind of made up and were friends at the end. It kind of made me feel like I watched this match for nothing, even though it was good. It was a good nothing. Number 3, Naito versus Moxley. Naito is the man here. Tranquilo coming out, but I will have to say what you will about Mox, but coming through that crowd is an event every time. And you gotta love JR saying he looks bigger and stronger now that he's had time to heal a little bit. Always kind of sharing his opinion of possibly critiquing the speed in which AEW stars come back from injury. But the match was great. Naito trolling Mox here, and Mox getting frustrated here in the early going, even spitting in the face of Moxley, and Mox gets the upper hand, very frustrated. Naito getting frustrated a little too, and the frustration was the story of this match here. Mox even bringing a chair in the ring at one point, Red Shoes taking it away, setting up for the Destino, and then that's when Naito hit the Destino and won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship back, bringing it home right before the G1. You gotta love it. I give this match a 6 as well, rank it a little bit above the ladies match. But number 2, Bryan Danielson versus Shingo. Owen Hart tournament match here. Not much in the entrances, but you didn't need a lot in the entrances. Danielson dives. Shingo catches him and hits a neck breaker using the apron as an assist. Danielson hits a side suplex to Shingo for a 2 count, catches Shingo in a sleeper with his leg. Shingo picks him up and turns it into a Death Valley driver. That was slick. Pumping bomber to Danielson, made in Japan. 1-2. Danielson kicks out, clobbering blows from Shingo, going to for a lariat. Danielson able to counter into a label lock. Crowd doing the yes chants. Psycho knee. 1-2. Shingo kicks out again, clobbering knees onto Shingo. Shingo powers up and out again. Bryan able to reverse it back to an armbar, more or less. Shingo goes out and doesn't tap out though, but the ref calls it. I rank this match a 6. God damn, was it good. But it wasn't the best match on the show. The best match on the show was the main event here. Will Ospreay versus Swerve. Entrances, Ospreay wearing the Hayabusa mask was super cool. Jim Jones introducing Swerve to the AEW crowd in New York City. That was awesome. JR calling Jim Jones out for busting his ass was pretty funny. I guess he wasn't balling, trying to climb over that guardrail. Match starts. Both guys trying to end it early. They're going after it. They're working snug. This match was built nicely. These guys are known for their fast-paced match, which nowadays is linked to lack of psychology, but this match was slowed down a little bit and had great psychology. Goes for the Os Cutter. Swerve moves and eats shit on the apron. Swerve goes for the Swerve Stomp, and Ospreay able to roll to the floor, but that doesn't stop him from landing the Swerve Stomp, crushing Will Ospreay's spine against the announcer's desk. Pile driver onto the rail. So they're balancing on the rail like a tightrope, and Swerve, the champion, hits a pile driver onto it, like they were both standing on the barricade. This is crazy. Swerve in the ring. 1-2, no. Ospreay kicks out. Stormbreaker by Ospreay. 1-2, no. MJF watching in the back. Swerve hits the hidden blade to Ospreay, then goes up top, misses the stomp, and that's when Will absolutely just takes out the ref Paul Turner's head with a hidden blade. Poison Rada, hidden blade. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter. There's no ref, but there is a Don Callis. He comes out and hands Will Ospreay the screwdriver. Nana pushes Callis aside. Ospreay, thinking about hitting Nana with the screwdriver, thinks better of it, gets in the ring. Huge knee by Swerve. After the distraction, Swerve Stomp. 1, 2, no. That could have been it. I would have been happy. House call. 1, 2, no. Ospreay kicks out again. House call again. Big pressure. 1, 2, 3. Champ retains. All because Don Callis tried to help Will Ospreay be a shithead and give him a screwdriver, physically assault a man with a weapon in the middle of a wrestling match. Who would have thunk? And that cost him the victory here. So, I think we saw a bit of foreshadowing with Fletcher out there making sure that Ospreay's okay. Fletcher is still in the Don Callis family, and if I was Will Ospreay, I would not be in the Don Callis family today because he screwed him over in the world title match. Swerve When I Drive. You gotta love the entrance music coming out. He's just fucking cool. He's got the fur jacket. He's got the early 2000s rap star introducing him. He's got the world title. He's got Nana doing the dance. Hell, he's got all of Long Island doing the fucking dance. Give him the title. And the only guy I think who is cool enough to kind of go toe-to-toe with him and build to a match at Wembley, other than Will Ospreay, who just wrestled him, is MJF. So I would do MJF versus Swerve in Wembley in August. Why the fuck not? Let me know what you think below. Fly high. I'm out.